Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to Elastic Views. We're back again on another video. We're back again. Yes, we're back again. So today I'm just going to be telling you all a story time of my trip to Lagos, Nigeria. I just got here last week, and yes, it was like a 2-day transit, and it was fun, but it was also stressful. It was stressful pre my flight, it was stressful sometimes during my flight, but eventually it all was fine. I had to stop over and it was fun, and I got here, everything was good. And then some stress, when you get to Nigeria, some stress when you get to Lagos, Nigeria's airport. I'll explain all of those, but we're going to be quick, and I'm just going to get through and go through each step of the way with you all, and let you all also know some tips and tricks and whatever you need whenever you're coming to Nigeria during the season. So the first one is pre my flight, right? I think you all might be hearing some noises because a lot of renovations are going on around this area, and I don't even know if you can hear me, but I shall know that this is quite loud. This is really loud. This is really loud. I don't know what to do, but let's just move on and I'll see what I can do about it later. Okay, then there's the pre-flight preparations. So before traveling, the Nigerian government requires that, a lot of airlines require that everyone does a negative COVID test before you come on board, before you can travel. But lots of airlines actually don't care. They care mainly about where you're going. If the destination you're going requires for you to have those, they care and they want you to have those, because if you don't do, for example, if Nigeria requires you to do a COVID test and the airline lets you board without having a negative COVID test, they're going to charge the airline like $3,500, and it's incredible. It's serious. So they don't do that. So it depends on where you're going. So before you fly, check your airlines, call them, or check online what they require, if they do want you to have a negative test, or if they say it depends on your country. And if it does depend on Nigeria wants it straight and clear, and they do want a PCR test. I'm gonna put that up here. It says they do want a PCR test. They want something. What did I take? They want something whereby you have to do a PCR test within 96 days between 96 days pre-boarding, or preferably 72 hours. Sorry, I said 92 days. 96 hours, that's 4 days, or 72 hours, that's 3 days. So I'm trying to find the picture where it says that exactly, and I'm also going to put it right here where it says it says all intending travelers to Nigeria must have tested negative for COVID-19 by PCR in the country of departure pre-boarding. The PCR test must be within 96 hours before departure, and preferably within 72 hours pre-boarding. For certain countries, COVID-19 PCR tests will only be acceptable from specified laboratories. From specified labs, will only be accepted from those. So anyways, before that, right? So of course I know that now I have to do my COVID test. So a week before my travel, exactly, I was like, okay, fine, I'll do my COVID test. But people were warning me that, well, I have to make sure that this COVID test you do, try to find the one that is paid, that they'll make sure that your results come out within 96 hours or 72 hours before your boarding time. And I was like, oh yeah, cool. I don't think I waited till last minute, but I was traveling on a Tuesday. My flight was a Tuesday, 5:30 p.m., right? And I decided to do my test on Saturday. So that's Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, that's 2 days. Sunday, Saturday, that's 3 days. Then Friday, Sunday, Friday, that's 2 days. Okay, so anyway, by Saturday, I wanted to do my test, which was still within the limit. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's like 4 days. I wanted to do my test then, and I knew that I would get my test probably by Monday, which would be like 1 day right before my boarding day on Tuesday. But guess what? I decided to do the test, but I found a free place where it was like a free church Baptist thing in Dallas where you can do your test and stuff. So I was like, oh cool, why do I have to pay when I can just do it for free? And I knew it had to be a PCR test, and by PCR test they mean that it's like the highest level of testing. It's like the most accurate, the official one that people usually do for travels. So I did that one. So I did it on Saturday, hoping. I was actually in Houston with some of my family, and then we went to Dallas for a trip, for a little event, and so we were there. That's why I did it in Dallas on Saturday. Doing it in Dallas on Saturday, I thought by Monday it would be ready. Monday came and it wasn't ready. Sunday, I was like, it's still fine. I can still have it. I can still have it. It'll be fine. It wasn't ready. By Sunday, even before Monday, my dad is like a plan B person, and he had already told me, find something where you pay for. I'm the one that said, no, I'll do this for free. Let me just find a free place. So many places are doing it for free, blah, blah, blah. By Sunday, my dad was already thinking like, okay, like this test is still not here. What's up? Okay, let's go to another place where we can pay for the test and let's get that done, and let's know that so that's the plan B, and they're going to have our test ready for sure. Because when you pay for it, they kind of help you and ensure that you actually get your test ready before you travel. But when you don't pay for it, you call them, and they stress you out. So we went, and for some reason I couldn't find a place because I wasn't even in the mood. It was early that morning. I was like, no, that is okay, like I already did one before. What's all this stress for doing? Let's just stay home to be ready, blah blah blah. So we checked like 3 places. They weren't going to have it ready until maybe Tuesday after my flight, and we're like, no, it can't work out. So I just left it. I didn't look anymore. Come Tuesday, before this story is too long, come Tuesday, the day of my flight, in the morning, I was like, okay, this thing's still not here. The results, I could check the status online. It was still saying the day before it said check-in, then the day before, so it ended up being that it was in progress, like it had reached the lab. But I didn't even know they were going to update me that it had reached the lab. All I'm expecting is for you guys to say my results are ready, negative, blah blah blah. They had to update me and say it has reached the lab. Saying it has reached the lab, I was like, okay, what's the next one? Later I found out that the next progress after I reached the lab is it starts testing, and by Tuesday morning, my flight is Tuesday evening, it was still on reach the lab. So I called these people, called different lines. They were like, well, there's really nothing we can do to get your own test ready beforehand. There's really nothing we can do to move yours faster in the process. You just have to hope that it comes. But we're going to tell you that it's most likely not going to come because you just reached the lab yesterday. These people literally took my test. I don't want to say their names to spoil their business, but these people literally took my test from where it was in Dallas. They took it all the way to California. Doesn't mean there's no lab centers in Texas that can do it. That doesn't mean that. I don't know why they did that. They took mine all the way to California, and then they were saying there are actually labs in Texas, and sometimes they do take it to California. So I was just I was so tensed already. I was in so much pressure. I was like, okay, like what am I going to do? This doesn't seem like it's working. I was so scared because I was also scared. Like, I'm like, my dad told me to find a place where I could pay. I'm the one that said I'm going to go and do it for free. I was like, okay, what can I do? I was so stressed because it's so hard to find a PCR test that is going to be rapid. You really literally can't find a PCR test that is going to be rapid. PCR test usually takes like minimum 1 day, like basic standard, like PCR test standard takes 2 to 3 days or more than that, but they can actually hurry it up for you for 24 hours. But guess what? By Tuesday morning, I'd only done the test on Saturday and it wasn't ready, and I needed to look for a plan B for a rapid PCR test to come out that day. It wasn't seeming possible, but only God honestly helped me that day. I was so tense, I was so stressed. I just kept on searching different places. I was like, rapid PCR test, but as I was searching rapid PCR test, I was finding the rapid ones where you can do a CVS, maybe it's called antigen, the one that it can actually come rapidly, but they say that one is not the official one that is used for travel. So I was just so scared. I was like, oh my God, I already missed this flight. I already started talking to the agents like, okay, if I do miss this flight, what are the repercussions? This guy was like, that if you do go on the 10th, if you do change it to the 10th, like instead of me coming on Tuesday, if I do change it to coming on Thursday, that would be like a 1 million naira difference. I was first like Jesus. I was so I didn't even know what to think. I was just mad at myself, kind of. I was mad at like, why are these people not having it ready, and I'm telling them I'm flying and they literally don't care. All of a sudden, just after searching and calling, I just found a place and it said rapid PCR test that they can have it for me within 2 hours. By this time where I was calling, it was like 10 a.m. My flight is 5:30 p.m. I was calling. When I saw that, I just went to their website. I called them. He was like, oh yeah, so many people have actually already come this morning doing their test for travel. Don't worry, you can come in. Just register online. It's $250. When I heard $250, like me, that I'm usually like, I'm a savvy person. I'm like, let me save money if I don't need to spend. When I head down, I was like, no problem, I will pay, no problem, I will pay, because I couldn't miss my flight and now come and pay up to $2,000 or $1,000+ just to change flights, when I could have paid. Normally, like a PCR test, if you want to pay, it's about $150 or like $175. But this $250 was a bit high, but at that point, I could not complain. I was like, you want to do it for me 250 and you will get me the results within an hour, no problem, I will be there. So I did all the things online. I put my things. I was like, okay, thank God, let me just go. But I honestly didn't know what to expect because I've been so disappointed with the last results. But I was like, okay, hopefully now I'm paying, then everything's fine. I paid online, got my bags. My dad was coming back from getting something from the store. He picked me up, we went there, and they did what they had to do, and they were so quick. They came to help me. The name of, I'm going to say their name because they were good to me. Arc Point Labs is a lab in Sugarland, and they do rapid PCR testing. You can get it same day, you can get it within an hour, within 2 hours. So I told them my situation. I was like, please, I need it as soon as possible. So they came out, and it was a nasal swab test. But I think now they don't put the nasal swab deep inside your nose anymore. Now it's just outside. It's kind of on the outside, but I didn't want to feel. I just closed my eyes. I felt an itch. I felt like sneezing, but it wasn't too bad. But at that point, I could not complain. I was like, yeah, the one that did this thing to last minute, just do what you can and get out of here. So they did it, and they were like, okay, we can get it for you by the end of the day. That was that lady that did it. I was like, by the end of the day, it's not good enough, please. I said I'm leaving to the airport soon. My flight is later, but I'm leaving to the airport soon, please. She was like, okay, no problem, maybe within an hour or two. By the time I got home, by the time I was packing my other stuff, getting ready to fly and stuff, I just received an email that they had it ready. I was so excited. I was like, thank God. That's why I just printed it and did all of that. So I'm gonna show like a picture of after you do your COVID test. Of course, it's good that you have a PDF, because that PDF is what airlines are going to look at. You can't have it on your phone. You can't have all those tests that maybe it's an app that will just say, oh, negative. You have to have some form of PDF. If you get those kind of results, you can tell them that you need a PDF form of these results to show for travel. So that was that. And then apart from that, there's this Nigerian website where after you do your test, right, and after you get your results, what you need to do is you need to register. It's like a portal. It's like a Nigerian, it says Federal Government of Nigeria official COVID-19 portal. It's a portal where you upload your results, where you put in your results, you put in your name, your address, where you're going. It's just like Nigeria's form of standard for this COVID-19 thing. Some people think it's too much. I felt like it was too much at first, but at the same time, hey, they're trying their best. They're trying to make everything safe for everybody. But anyways, after you get your COVID test, you're going to upload it on this website. And when you do upload it on this website, you're going to put all your information, and then it will ask you to pay 50,000 naira. 50,000, between 50,000 and 55,000, I can't remember, around 15,000 naira. And that's what you're going to pay. Why? Because that's literally what Nigeria requires. And they make you, when you fly in, you're going to, of course, show them your passport, blah, blah, blah. But you have to show them also that you've registered on this website, the Nigerian, it's NITP. I'll put it nitp.ncdc.gov.ng. You have to show them that you registered on the website. You have to, when you do register, when you put your results, it will generate a document for you, like immediately. It will send it to your email. When you pay, it will send it to your email, and it will say you've paid. So then you can print it. So print like 2 copies of that or 1 copy, that's fine. So that's what you need before boarding, before going to Lagos, Nigeria this COVID period. That's what you need. You need your COVID test, print like 2, just in case at your stopover they ask you for it again. And then you need your COVID test, print like 2, and then you need this. It's going to generate a document for you. You need that. Because when you get to the airport in Nigeria, they're going to ask you, and you're going to show, and they're going to scan the code, take your temperature, and then you can go and do other things. But we'll talk about that in another video. So this one is getting long, so it's just going to be a part 1. This is just pre-boarding to Lagos, Nigeria, all you need for that. So what else? I think that was it. And yeah, that was it. You need a COVID test. Of course, you need to do your passport. You need to buy your flights, all those things. Buy your flight early. And there are agents there are different agents online, like ASAP Tickets is really good. Just Fly is actually really good in this period. Justfly.com. That you can get good tickets to Nigeria. And yeah, make sure you have your COVID test. Make sure before boarding, you also look at your luggage requirements. Like, I know this is usually normal. I already knew my 2 big bags had to be 23 kg, and they were. But I didn't check anything about hand luggage, because I was like, these are the same hand luggage that I usually take for local flights, whatever I do, for local flights, Phoenix to Dallas, Dallas to wherever I go. These are the same things I usually use. But somehow that day I had issues. With my hand luggage, and they wanted me to drop my hand luggage as a 3rd bag, and I was going to pay for that. it was crazy. But we'll talk about that in another video. But make sure that you always check your flight requirements because different airlines are different. I took Qatar Airways and it was a nice experience, but honestly the first experience I had with them with the baggage thing really made me not really enjoy. I will talk about that later, but it was hurtful. What I had to go through was hurtful. I still cried that day. The day I was traveling, I still cried. I thought I had gotten over COVID issues and I had my results ready for my flight. I went to check in my bags, but at that point, from then on, I had some issues with bags all of a sudden. It was crazy, but it was like that. So I hope this video helped. Please let me know, guys, if there's any questions you have as well about pre-boarding, COVID-19 requirements during this period, getting to Nigeria and stuff. And in the next one, we'll talk about during boarding, like constitution updates, and then after we'll talk about some things I had, some fun I had in Qatar when we got to the Qatar stopover with Qatar Airways, and it was really fun. I met amazing people. I'm gonna share all that, so stay tuned for the next video, and thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments, share as well, share for people traveling, even if they're not going to Nigeria, just share, because a lot of these things are the same things. Like COVID-19 requirements now, countries don't joke with them because they also make money from them, so they need to make sure that what you're doing, all the requirements, they should make sure that it's set for you to go and for you to travel without no stress. From that day, I was like, Lord, because I've been having travel stress all this while. I was like, Lord, I need to do better. I need to plan my things better. I need to just do better. But everything is learning and everything is experience. It's experiences and how we take it. So I'm glad you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all soon. God bless you all, and I appreciate you. Bye.